Good morning.
Hi, everybody.
This is Joyce Giroux. I'm principal at Trinity,
And Michelle Bombard. I'm vice principal and teach 6th grade this year. Yay!
we're very excited about that. And we're here to just give you some brief information about our new school year. Thank you for your patience as we were awaiting all of the guidelines from the state, which are, they still say forthcoming, so we're holding our breath, but we will go with what we know now. And we wanted to tell you a little bit about the opening of school and some of the guidelines. So I do have my cheat sheet, and Ms. Bombard is here to fill in what I miss. So let's see. First of all, the day begins, our school day begins officially at 8:35. There is before care, which begins at 7 a.m. Enter through the cafeteria doors. Students are dismissed from before care at 8:15 and they can go to their classrooms.
8:15. There won't be a teacher in the room, in some rooms, probably before 8:15. So 8:15 is it. And before we go any further,
Yes.
This information is probably old hat to most, but it's the people new to the school, and as Joyce said, the pre-K people who really need to pay attention because this will be new to you.
Yes. So students can arrive if you are being driven, and I'll come back to that, at 8:15. Anytime between 8:15 and 8:35. We begin our day with prayer at approximately 8:45. So students need to be in their classrooms by 8:35. This year, we will have breakfast and lunch. Breakfast is going to be served between 7:30 and 8:30. And lunch, the usual staggered times, and they are all free this year.
No
Let me
dinner,
say that
Joyce?
again. No dinner.
No dinner
You
yet?
have to cook when you go home, Ms. Bombard. So breakfast and lunch are offered free to all students. However, I'm going to say this, you'll get information as well, but if you feel that you would qualify for free and reduced lunch, it probably sounds redundant. Why am I filling that out if we're getting free lunch anyway, or free breakfast? We need you to fill those forms out anyway, because our school funding from the government depends on those numbers, how many we have free and reduced lunches. So it's very, very important that we still fill those sheets out. So thank you for that in advance.
And certainly don't feel bad about doing that. It actually helps us in the long run.
It definitely does. So thank you for taking the time. It's like a 10-minute application, which you'll get in the mail. Let's see. Speaking of pre-K 3 and pre-K 4, hello to all of you, those little guys. Entrance into school, arrival at school. Again, it can be any time between 8:15 and 8:35. We're going to ask that you, parents, park in the back of the church, in back of Sacred Heart, that parking lot, and then walk, because I know you want to bring your children into school, especially the little guys, to walk right down these stairs that are here by Ms. Bombard. And there are two entrances underneath the breezeway here, one at the far end and one close here, to bring your children right in there to their classrooms. Of course, you'll get to see those classrooms on visitation day and orientation day perhaps, so you'll know where they are.
And those doors will be unlocked.
Yes.
And more than likely there will be someone standing there to greet you.
Yes. Now that's for the first couple of weeks because we know you're going to want to bring your children in. After a couple of weeks, and the teachers will let you know, we're going to go back to last year's system of driving through this back parking lot and just dropping your children off at the north door, which is the far one from here. There will be a teacher there who will sanitize, give your children a shot of sanitizer, and make sure that they get to their correct classroom. So that will be in a couple of weeks, and your teachers will discuss that. The traffic pattern will be very clearly marked. You would come in the back driveway, come right through underneath here, and go to the north door. Does that make sense, Ms. Bombard?
It does. Do you want me to be a car and drive it?
Oh, well, no. Unless you have a 3 or 4-year-old.
I can't be a car.
No.
Okay.
Let's see. I think I covered that. Now, pre-K 3 and 4 will be dismissed, however, at 2:45, a little earlier than the bigger guys, at the main door, the front Main Street door. And for that dismissal, we ask that you drive in by the old convent, drive up the driveway. There'll be a line of cars. Oh, trust me, there'll be a line of cars, and we'll deliver the students to your cars one at a time as you drive through. This will be blocked off here. There'll be cones to avoid accidents. So arrival here, and then dismissal at the Main Street door. Does that make sense?
That
Ms.
makes
Bombard?
perfect sense.
Okay,
And
very
you will,
good.
when you come to get your student at the end of the day, pre-K 3 and 4 people, you'll come, as Joyce said, in the convent driveway and right out the church parking lot. So you're just doing a U. That's all. And be patient because there will be traffic.
But it flows very quickly. It really does. And it worked. We did it all last year. It absolutely works. Now the older students, JK through 6, you can come this year in either door, cafeteria or the Main Street door. The Main Street door will have that same traffic flow as last year. Again, it'll be from the convent parking lot and then out through the front parking lot by the church. One at a time, drop off your children. If you prefer to walk them in, you can park behind the church and just walk them to the front door. That's fine as well. Or you can just drive through and drop them off. And again, there will be a teacher there, sanitize, and the children can go right to their classrooms.
The only difference is we're asking that the parents of those older kids not come in. It's understandable that the pre-K parents would want to, but if you're older than that, just drop the kids at the door. We promise to take good care of them.
Even our new students, because you will have been here for visitation day, they'll have an idea where their classroom is, but there will be teachers at each door to make sure they get to the correct classroom. We won't leave them wandering all day, I promise you. Then dismissal for the older students. Dismissal will be for walkers at 2:50. They will be dismissed either at the front door, which means again, you're going to come in through the convent, one at a time they'll be dismissed, or they can walk, and they will be walked by a teacher down the back hill by the back parking lot there, the back driveway, along Highland Park. This road right on that's the west side of the school. So what has happened in the past, parents park along there and
just wait.
And Ms. Bombard is the one who brings those students down there.
More than likely, every day it will be me. And if it's raining, we still have to wait outside, so try to come on time. And usually we have a few umbrellas. When it gets terribly, terribly cold, and we'll let you know this, sometimes we wait inside the building, look out the windows, which look right onto Highland Park, and I send them running as soon as we see you. So we're not far. We'll be out.
Very good. So walkers are at 2:50. Pre-K, excuse me, a little bit earlier, 2:45. The older students, 2:50. And then we dismiss our bussers, which of course come right to the cafeteria doors. And we do have aftercare. Ms. Soche is here until 5:30. And that will be, this year you don't have to text her and let her know that you're here. You can come into the building and let her know you're here to pick up your student and actually sign them out. So let's see. Oh, I was going to come back to this. Speaking of driving your
Busing.
your children to school, it is still recommended, because the virus is not gone yet. Let's just say it like it is. If you can provide transportation for your child, it is still highly recommended. Because on the buses, let's face it, we're mixing the students from all the different schools. It's asking for trouble. And we understand that in some cases, that's just what you need to do. So absolutely, they will be masked on the bus and they will be distanced. So they'll do the best they can.
And that, one of the things, and certainly parents talk to their kids about this, but if they have to take the bus or not, about being careful not to touch things that are unnecessary to touch, like their hands don't have to be all over the other seats, and that way they're just safer. If their mask is on and they're not touching anything, it's pretty safe.
We did well last year, and we anticipate we'll do the same this year. So, speaking of COVID concerns, anyone entering the building this year, vaccinated or not, must have a mask. There are no exceptions to that. That is all children, that is all adults. We will ask that we can keep visitors to a minimum. We will have volunteers helping at lunch. Oh, we're eating in the cafeteria again. Yay! We will have volunteers, but they will be vaccinated and masked as well. Students will be given sanitizer when they come into the building in the morning, before lunch, before and after recess. We're going to go through proper hand washing routines and do the best we can. We are also following the 3-foot distancing, which is recommended by the CDC, and staying in cohorts.
Very good, Mrs. Giroux.
That sound about right? Now, here's an important one. If your child is sick, they should not be in school. We've had a case even here where we thought, oh, for heaven's sakes, this person just has a sinus infection. And guess what? It was not a sinus infection. If your child is sick, they need to stay home. The symptoms are a little bit different this time around, and the teachers are going to be told the same. If you are sick, don't come to school. Anything you need to say about that, Ms. Bombard?
And that would have made sense to me even before COVID. I mean, if your child is vomiting in the morning, you certainly shouldn't send them. And I think that some of the symptoms people have told me of COVID are strange, and they're not necessarily the same with every person. So for a long time, I wasn't associating vomiting or a rash with COVID at all. And but those can be symptoms. So even a cold, they should stay home because we're trying to prevent the spread of anything.
We want to be open 5 days a week, 180 days this year. And we need everyone's cooperation for that. So I know that you understand, and I know that some days it will be inconvenient, that you'll need to go to work and you have a sick child. I have no easy answer for that except to be considerate for the entire school. So thank you for your appreciation, for your
Cooperation.
Thank you for that. Thank you very much. And if you're a student, your child exhibits any symptoms during the day, they will be sent home. The school nurse will be calling you. But on a happier note, I can't wait for the year to begin. I anticipate a great year. Our theme this year is Behold, New Life Has Come. We are going to breathe new life into the school, and I'm very excited. So thank you for sending your children to us and trusting us with your precious, precious children and gifts. And we look forward to seeing you.
We look very much forward to seeing you.
And we'll see you on Visitation Day on Friday, August 27th. Thank you.